Hey Aries, it's Star with Eyes of the Stars Tarot. I'm here to do your mid-month January reading, as well as your yearly Tarotscope today. So we're going to start off with the love reading as usual, and then I'm not going to do the general reading this time because I'm going to do the yearly one in place of that. So I'm sorry this took so long. It's been a crazy holiday. I had a lot of guests over, so you guys know how that is. But let's see what's going on with your love life from now through the end of January 2018. What's going on with Aries? Let's see. Oh, it's like things want to come out, but they're not coming. There's like a holding back, a resistance, not wanting to take that leap of faith, I feel. Okay. All right, some of you are calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations are bringing you together. Okay, but you need to pay attention to the red flags because the signs are cautioning you. And trust, the situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, there's some sort of hesitation, resistance, something along those lines. Let's see what's going on. Calling in your soulmate. Let's see what clarification we get for that. Queen of Wands reverse. So that's you guys. It's your energy. Queen of Wands, when she's in the reverse, she's just not sure of herself. Not very confident, not sure of what she's doing, where she's going. So that's how you guys are feeling right now. There's somebody very prominent in your life right now that you have a lot of strong magnetic feelings for, but you're just not sure about this person. There's something you don't trust about this situation. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So two queens here. Some of you could be dealing with earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. I feel like some of you are at odds with a soulmate, which many of you may not know that it's your soulmate. You might have like a feeling, but there's like an element of unknown. So maybe, you know, both partners aren't aware that this is a soulmate. You're kind of at odds because I feel like one, whether it be you or your partner, one of you wants more of a commitment, is really focused on that, and the other one just doesn't really know which way to take this relationship. So for pay attention to the red flags, let's see what this is about. Sometimes, you know, the red flags aren't just about us. They could be about others, but here we have the Hierophant. So that could be for some of you dealing with earth signs. I see Taurus very prominent, so some of you could be dealing with Tauruses. But what I feel is that this is more about commitment. I just get this theme, like somebody's really wanting a deeper commitment and the other person is just not sure. You also have to see, so for red flags, the Hierophant is also about traditions, the status quo, just, you know, keeping things as they always have been. So for many of you, this could be, you know, this soulmate could be somebody of a totally different culture than you, just have different beliefs. And that's something that maybe you want to look into. Not because you can't have a relationship with someone, you know, with different views on life, but there are certain topics that if you don't talk about up front, you might find that it's kind of a deal breaker. You know, like maybe you want to raise your kids one way and the other person, you find out years later, is not in agreement with that, and then all of a sudden you have a huge problem. So I feel like that's one of the red flags that you guys have to look out for if you're thinking about committing here, because that's what I'm feeling like somebody's thinking about committing. Okay, we have truth here with the King of Swords. Truth, clarity, making a decision. I feel like someone's being pressured to make a decision to commit. And they're kind of getting cold feet, and I feel it's you guys with the cold feet. So we have trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay, there's been heartbreak in the past here with the Three of Swords reverse. You're not wanting to repeat that. Obviously, who does? But in order for you to move forward in relationships, not just this one, but in the future, you kind of have to let go of that baggage, that emotional baggage that, you know, we all carry with us, but we just have to learn the lessons and move on and hope for the best next time. Because if we keep holding on to what happened in the past, then that's where we're going to stay, is in the past, and we're not going to evolve. So there is a need for faith here. Sorry, I dropped a card. Okay, and that was the Page of Wands. So yeah, leaving past hurts behind and being able to move forward in a more optimistic way, looking forward to the future and kind of just taking a chance. Okay, so that's what I'm getting there. Let me move on to your Celtic cross. Again, this is for Aries from now through the end of January 2018 for love. Aries, male and females. Okay, we have the Three of Wands, and that is the central issue. So somebody's anticipating something to come to them, or something to fully manifest. If you're looking toward the future, thinking about, you know, where is this going to go? Let's see what's crossing that. The Magician. You guys actually have the power to do whatever it is that you set your mind on. And I feel like you do have something in mind right now. It's just I feel like that power is scaring you, because I don't get the sense that you... I feel like you know what you want. It's more like a fear base, like a fear of failure. But everything is there. It's like everything is in place for you guys to get what it is that you really are truly desiring here from a relationship. There could also, with the Magician, be an element of manipulation, trickery. Like I said in the last spread, I do feel like somebody's being pressured for more of a commitment than what they're comfortable with right now. I keep getting like somebody's waiting for like proof of something. In the Foundation, we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. So this is a lack of movement or a lack of communication. A lot of fire energy here. Okay, in the past, Four of Pentacles. Someone was being very guarded, holding their feelings back, not being open, afraid to lose what they have. Okay. What's crowning you is the Six of Swords reversed. So this is something that, a situation that you can't get easily get away from. You don't want to leave this relationship behind. It's like you don't want to leave, but I feel like you're being pressured into quicker movement and you're not comfortable with it. Or your partner, this could be vice versa. So apply it as it resonates. In the near future, we have the Three of Pentacles reverse. Okay. All right, how you see yourself is a Two of Swords. So you are trying to make a decision. You just don't feel like you have all the information that you need to really do this with confidence. But you definitely have the power. And it's there for you if you want it. So if this is about a commitment for you guys, which I'm feeling like it is, then it's there for you. It's just whether or not you want to go through with it. How your partner is seeing you is the Strength reverse. So not being strong enough, not being confident to make this decision that you're contemplating. Okay, hopes or fears. Again, that Hierophant. So commitment. Commitment can be a hope or it can be a fear. I'm feeling like it's more of a fear. And your overall outcome. Nine of Wands. So being guarded, defensive, but kind of sticking it out and, you know, wanting to move forward even though you're already feeling kind of beat up. Yeah, I'm looking at the bottom of the deck. We have the Four of Swords here, so you guys might be just taking time out for yourselves to really think about things, because there's a big cycle that's getting ready to end and a new one getting ready to begin. Major life cycle. So this, understandably so, you know, you're needing time to think about things, basically. But you are going to get the clarity that you need. I feel like there's a lot, you know, there's a lot of contradictions here. So we have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles upright, which is like, yeah, I want it, I don't want it, I want it, I don't want it. You're kind of fighting this off. I feel like you're in conflict mostly with yourself. It's like you can't make up your mind what it is that you want. Your emotions might be all over the place because you're trying to avoid catastrophes. You're trying to avoid repeating what's happened to you in the past. I really feel like those past heartbreaks have gotten to you. But you want to be careful not to do this for too long, because you do have the Five of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. So if you guys take a little bit too long to decide, somebody might just decide to walk away. So just be aware of that. Okay, let's clarify these cards. Let's see what it is that you're anticipating here with the Three of Wands. King of Swords reverse. Ten of Wands. So somebody, either you or your partner, I feel like maybe this is mostly your partner, is waiting for something to happen here. And I feel like it's that decision with the King of Swords reverse, a decision that's not coming. It's like becoming a burden in this relationship on how to move forward. Knowing how to move forward in this relationship is not clear. It's a burden. Let's see what this Magician is about. Tower. There's an element of surprise here. Five of Cups reverse. Let me get one more on the Magician. Nine of Swords reverse. So I feel like for some of you, I feel like for some of you, you were with your partner, there was some sort of issue, and you were waiting for communication from them. This was a very stressful time in your life there where, you know, there may have been a lot of conflict, fighting, nasty words, and you were waiting for them to come back, and they did. But they did in a very big way. They definitely, there was an apology here. There were apologies. And things were kind of put to rest. But there's a major element of surprise here. And I feel like this person came back to apologize, but they actually wanted a lot more of a commitment, you know, right off the bat. Like they didn't want to lose you. So in other words, somebody's coming back saying, you know what, I know I messed up. I'm really sorry. And I realize how valuable you are to me. And now I want to marry you, is what I'm feeling here for some of you. It's not going to be obviously for all of you. For others of you, again, I feel like there's an anticipation for somebody to make a decision. But this is like too much pressure for someone. The Magician is like feeling, even though, you know, the Magician has all the power to do whatever he wants to manifest anything. I feel like this comes as a surprise to have all this power, and you just weren't really quite ready for that yet. And so you're trying to get out of your head, out of your, you know, feelings and stuff, and just think about this like from a logical perspective. But your logic is not, we have the King of Swords here is reverse, okay? So your logic is not quite where it should be right now, because I feel you're just overwhelmed, and that's what we're seeing here with the Ten of Wands. So let's see what the Eight of Wands is about here in the foundation. Again, Eight of Wands is like a lack of movement or a lack of communication. Something's just not going anywhere. Yeah, not going anywhere. We have the Six of Swords reverse. So this is like a shit or get off the pot kind of situation is what I'm feeling. Like somebody wants commitment, the other person doesn't know, they're not sure. And you kind of have to decide, okay, what are we doing then? You know, like it's like that moment has come. Something, truth has been revealed. Let's see what this past here is with the Four of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. So that was you being guarded. You guys have been guarded all along, trying to protect your heart because of things that have happened to you in the past. So it's like you are invested in this relationship, but there are still things that just hold you back that maybe don't have much to do with the relationship, or maybe they do. We have the Sun reverse. So you guys are holding back because you're still holding on to past sadness, and this is clouding your judgment, or it was, because that's past. I feel like it's still going on. What's crowning you is the Six of Swords. So again, not being able to move on. Why? Because you are really fully invested in this situation. We have the Ten of Pentacles reverse. It's like you don't want to lose everything that you've put into this. Okay, you might not be sure that you want to take that next step, but what you do know is that you don't want to lose what you've already invested in. Yeah, here's that decision. So that's you making that decision. What am I going to do? Am I going to stick around? Am I going to move on? Do I have what it takes to stick around? In the near future, we have the Three of Pentacles reverse. So that's actually, you know, somebody not really going along with what has been planned. And what's clarifying that is the Three of Pentacles reverse. So that's actually a really strong message here for you guys in the near future. Someone is not going to go along with the plan, is what this is telling me. Like not being on the same page with your partner about something. And what is that about? Chariot, moving forward, charging forward full force. You're just not ready for it. Or you're not going to be, at least for in the near future. Why? Because you're afraid to take that leap of faith. Okay. So what is this decision about? Why do you see yourself as the Two of Swords? Because there's a choice. Choices that need to be made. Decisions. You have two twos. Two of Swords, Two of Wands. A lot of choices. Major life changes happening here. We did see the World card at the bottom of the deck. So you guys are like on the precipice of something huge in your life. Okay, a major life change. You're facing that, and it's completely in your power whether or not this happens. We have the Five of Pentacles reversed. So here's where that pressure comes in again. Why is the Five of Pentacles reversed here? This is how you're seeing yourself. So you know that you have all these decisions that you're needing to make, right? That involve your partner. And you're trying to balance, because the twos are also about balance. You're trying to balance making these decisions and also keeping your partner engaged and, you know, kind of knowing that you still care, you still want them around. You're not like, you know, pushing them out of your life, but these are just major things that you have to decide upon. It's not just a given that you're going to get into this commitment. How your partner is seeing you is that Strength card reversed with the Two of Pentacles reversed. So they see you being out of balance. They're like, you're overwhelmed with this decision and you're just not sure about it. So hope or fear, we have the Hierophant, which again is commitment. High Priestess reverse. You guys may not be using your intuition right now because you're, you know, kind of trying to think on a more logical level. And sometimes we just have to go with our guts. You know, logic doesn't always solve everything. We have the Two of Cups reversed. So yeah. You guys are fearing not making the right choice and this leading up to the destruction of this relationship, and that's really not what you guys want. In the overall outcome, we have the Nine of Wands. Let's see what the Nine of Wands is. Nine of Pentacles reverse. Two nines. So you're almost at the end of this stage, or you will be. Empress reverse. Okay, yeah. Knight of Pentacles reverse. So all your energy, all the let me see here. I get a lot of earth energy here. So I feel like a lot of you guys are with earth signs. But overall, I just feel like I don't feel like there's going to be movement in this situation, because I feel like the pressure that's being applied to you guys is counterproductive, and it's just making you more guarded and more defensive. You guys know that you don't want to be alone here with this Nine of Pentacles reverse. You don't want to have a loss. You don't want to be alone. You're feeling very defensive about that, but at the same time, it's like you can't put into this relationship. You can't really nurture it. It's not going to go. Things are not going to go anywhere because you have this major decision to make, and the more somebody pressures you, the more you feel like it's just not right. Okay, so with the Three of Pentacles reverse here so strongly, and then your overall outcome is the Nine of Wands, I just don't see the situation moving forward, at least for the time being. I feel like this is something that's going to need to be worked on, and not rushed, is what I'm seeing. Because, you know, that Knight of Pentacles reverse is, it's not even that you're moving slow, it's that you're not moving at all. So what I feel is if you guys get too much pressure, and this goes vice versa, because this could be you getting the pressure or you giving the pressure. So either way, the more pressure that is applied, the more this is going to cause a setback. Okay, because it's just counterproductive to what needs to happen. Like, this has to be more of a natural process, and not somebody being pressured into making such a major decision. If it's not easy and it doesn't go with the flow, it's for a reason. So maybe you guys have some unfinished business that you need to take care of before you really take that plunge. Okay, but that's what I'm seeing. So let's move on to your yearly Tarotscopes. Let's see what's going on. So I'm going to do one card per month. And just kind of get a feel for the overall energy for that month and what you guys will be dealing with or facing, just so you can be prepared. Okay, so for the month of January, your emotions are going to be a big focus, which, judging by that love reading, I can see why. Okay, in February, we need to practice some more self-care, self-love. In March, there will be some family changes. April, you need to look out and be aware of heavenly signs. So heavenly signs being, you know, synchronicities, even seeing, you know, like feathers or butterflies or things that have like an emotional, that you have some sort of emotional connection to, or spiritual connection to, I should say. In May, relationship dynamics will be at the forefront. June, we have take the next step now. See, so that's a full 6 months away. If this is having to do with that relationship that you're in where you don't know when to take the next step, maybe it's 6 months from now you'll be ready. In July, we have parental care. August, we have grief work. In September, we have spiritual work, spiritual growth, sorry. October, we have self-employment. Well, we had 2 come out, so I'm going to put those back. Okay, November. Seeking and finding. And finally for December, we have sobriety. All right. So let's clarify all of these. Let's see for emotions, what is this about? King of Swords. You're not clear. You're going to be going through this lack of clarity with your emotions, what it is that you feel, what it is that you want, where you want this relationship to go. Let me just pull one more card because I forgot to do the overall feel for the year. One more card, okay. Sorry, let me hold that properly. And that is motivation. Okay, so overall, your overall focus is motivation. Being motivated to do more, to do better, to do differently, whatever that might mean for you. Okay, but January, major focus on your emotions and the lack of clarity that you have there, not being able to make a decision on something that is emotional to you. So that's January. February, we had self-care, so let's see what that's about. Okay. strength. Okay, yes. So self-care and strength to me is like you guys need to work on, or may need to work on in February, like your self-confidence. If you guys see, this card has a lot of yellow here in the background, which speaks to your solar plexus, and that has a lot to do with your self-confidence, how you feel about yourself, really just giving yourself love and care, to making yourself stronger. This could also have to do with physical physical strengthening, you know, so literally a new workout regimen, a new way of eating, you know, your nutritional habits, whatever it is to make you stronger, to make you just inside and out. Okay, strength is what you need to focus on in the month of February. Which is interesting because, you know, we're halfway done through August, and obviously emotions are a big factor for you, which tells me that instead of focusing on this issue that you're having with your relationships or with your emotions, in February, it's a very good time for you to focus on just yourself, not so much the exterior, but just focus on making yourself stronger inside and out. And I feel like everything else will flow after that. In March, we had that family changes, so let's see. Okay, Four of Wands. There may be some instability within your family. Four of Wands reverse is really about instability, where stability used to be. For some of you, unfortunately, this could be divorces, separations. For others of you, this could be just a major move. You might move out of state, even out of the country, but I feel like this is a major move for many of you that obviously will affect your family. So that will be in March. So again, some change with regards to the dynamic or the logistics of your family, either where you live or just the dynamics in general of how you live. So some people might be moving away from you. Whatever the case, it's going to be changes within your family structure. April, we had heavenly signs. What is this about? Okay. In April, you're still trying to make some kind of decision. Okay. And with heavenly signs, this is having to do with relying more on your spirituality to help you through this period of decision making, because I feel like there's major changes coming up for you guys. And so, you know, talking to your angels or whatever it is that you guys believe in, looking for signs, again, synchronicities, will be very instrumental in helping you make whatever tough decisions you're facing in April. Okay. In May, we had relationship dynamics. So very much a focus on family and relationship for the first half of the year. A lot of decisions and major moves, major changes coming up for you guys in that realm. So relationship dynamics. All right. We have the Judgment card reverse. January, March, April, okay, May. So Judgment reverse is like, there may be some misunderstandings, some arguments as a result of just not seeing things for what they really are. And so you have to be cognizant of this in the month of May, because this is something that's going to come up. It could be something major. You're not seeing something for the reality, okay? And it may cause a rift here within your relationship dynamics with the people around you. And that's right next to that decision, so it's, yeah. May. But then in June, we have take the next step now. So that's when I'm feeling around the June time is when this lack of clarity is going to kind of dissipate. Okay, we have the Devil card. So take the next step now. The Devil card is about temptations, taking risks, but sometimes, you know, not really like well thought out risks. It's more whatever risks that you are led to by your primal instincts, or, you know, just your basic desires. If some of you guys were dealing with earth signs, specifically Capricorns, I feel like whatever you were hesitating on, whatever step you were taking with a Capricorn in the month of June will be the right time to take that next step forward. If it's not with Capricorns, I feel you guys are good to take the next step, but you have to be very cognizant of temptations that will not necessarily be in your best interest. So just keep that in mind here in the month of June. In July, we had parental care. So that could be if you guys have children, your children may be very prominent then, or the way that you are caring for them somehow comes into focus. Or this could be caring for a parent. Okay. And we have the Fool for parental care. I really feel that this is having to do with, the Fool to me is like going about life, you know, with full of faith and knowing everything's going to be okay, and kind of lighthearted, a lighthearted sort of attitude. So I feel like that's what you need to embody when spending time either with your children or with your parents. I feel like this is like a seize the day kind of thing, like really enjoy time with them, enjoy whatever it is that's shared. I feel like this is very important in the month of July for you to just focus very much on either your children or your parents or both, but more on, you know, not focusing on the nitpicking or any kind of issues or problems, but really enjoying the moment and seizing the day with either your parents or your children or both. Okay? And that is in July. In August, we have grief work. So some sort of loss or sadness might come about in the month of August. This may be why this, you know, really enjoying time with family in June is so important, so that I'm not saying you're going to lose someone. I mean, it is possible. I don't read when it comes to, you know, regarding deaths or anything like that. I don't like to read about that, but regardless of what happens, I feel there's a major focus on really spending quality time with your children. Okay, grief work has to do with the Seven of Swords. So there's actually going to be some sadness or loss because of lies or deceit, and that is in the month of August. So just be aware of that so that you're not surprised and you know how to deal with it. But yeah, I do feel like there's going to be some kind of disappointment either on your part, or you're going to be disappointing someone because of lies or deception of some sort. For spiritual growth, we have the Five of Cups. Okay, so it looks like August and September is going to be a bit tough, okay, because we're dealing with deceit, we're dealing with grief, and then it goes into September with spiritual growth in the Five of Cups. So in September, you're still feeling the effects of what happened, whatever happens in August. And again, you're going to need to call upon your spirituality to get you through it. In October, we had self-employment. So some of you could be starting your own business. Major focus here on your finances. Okay. Some of you could be let go from your jobs and are forced to start your own business, but this ends up being a good thing for you guys, okay? So I do feel there will be a focus here in September on your finances. You may feel either a loss of money or just overall a lot of bills coming in, having some trouble, you know, meeting your financial obligations and having to maybe take a second job or start your own business to get through that time. So that is in the month of September. October, we have seeking and finding. Okay, and we have the Eight of Cups. Interesting. So seeking and finding with the Eight of Cups, to me, is really about wherever it is, whatever it is that you're lacking in the month of October. This to me gives me a sense of being proactive. Okay, so don't just sit around and wait for things to come to you. If you guys do lose your job in the month of September, you know, it's going to be really important for you guys to get up and go search for whatever it is that you're looking for. Okay, don't just sit back or sit on your couch and wait for it to come to you and just, you know, sit by the computer sending resumes or anything like that and just calling it a day. You really need to get up and get out there. I feel like you need to just leave, however it is that you're feeling. You know, you might be having some emotional issues or just having some depression as a result of maybe losing a job or having financial issues. But you need to leave that behind and get your butt up off the couch and go and seek, because when you seek, you shall find. Okay, so it's very much a focus of being proactive and networking, getting yourself out there in the month of November. In the month of December, we have sobriety. And I know sobriety seems like it's about alcoholism or drug dependency or anything like that, and it could be. But it's also, to me, sobriety is like when you're really seeing things for what they truly are. So being very much grounded and focused on reality. Let's see what card comes up for that. Yeah. We have the Emperor. This is your card. So this is you taking back your power, no matter, you know, regardless of what happened throughout this year, because this is in the month of December. I feel like you guys are going to be in a good place here in December. By the end of the year, you're going to be in your own power, strong, making decisions, seeing things for what they are, and pretty much being a boss. So if you guys are, if any of you out there are having some issues with dependency on any kind of substance, I feel like you get that under control in December. So there is that. And then overall theme for the year is motivation. So keeping yourself motivated, because we do see that, you know, the first half of the year is going to be dealing a lot with relationships and your emotions and whatever it is that's affecting your family overall. So keeping yourself motivated and not, you know, letting yourself get lost in your emotions and lost in your thoughts is very important. Toward the end of the year, I feel like the focus is going to be more on finances and your career. So again, keeping yourself motivated despite these setbacks, okay, because there will be setbacks and things that kind of mesh together. So it's like first half is relationship, and then toward the summer months, I feel like it's going to be both meshed together. So you're going to have some issues with relationships as well as with your finances. But I feel like by the end of the year, you guys are really going to pull through and end at the top of your game. So let's see, motivation. What can you tell us about motivation here for Aries? Okay, motivation. This is telling me motivation not to give up. Okay, don't just run away from your issues. Don't run away from your problems, your thoughts, your stresses. I feel like this is motivation to keep on going and don't give up. Okay, no matter how difficult it gets, because I do see that this year might be a little bit difficult for you guys. But as long as you know how to maneuver your way around it and just keep hope and keep motivated, There's also very strong emphasis on spirituality and having faith that things will go, you know, as they are meant to go for your highest purpose. So just keep that in mind. But overall, like I said, you guys are going to end at the top of your game. So something to look forward to there. And good luck to you guys for the rest of the year. Happy New Year, by the way. I hope you guys had a great time. And I will see you again for your February readings. Thanks, guys.